Hello, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. This is Travis Semulin Sours, and we're jumping into a traditional Kaldheim best of 3 draft on MTG Arena. I'm your host, Travis Semulin Sours. I can't remember if I said that already. You should come to the stream. It's at twitch.tv/Semulin. I'm a little tired. We're having our coffee. All is good. The first season of The Joy of Drafting is up on YouTube now, Trevco, and I've already got ideas for the next season written down. Kind of a good blue-white sealed pack, but not much else from there. I think you could take the Mistwalker as an incredibly safe pick. I'm thinking I want Nico Defies Destiny and probably don't play it. But the idea with the Joy of Drafting was it's there to teach you the basics, like how to build a curve, card evaluation technique, so you can like understand the basics and go draft, you know, the Warhammer 40k set or Ice Age and still have that kind of all set in your head. I could also respect taking the Highland Forest there, frankly, but we don't really have a reason to be in a color. So I'd like to take something that's really good in its colors, and then if we're not there, just entirely let it go. This pack is like tempting you with take the Iron Verdict and go in on the Nico Defies Destiny deck, or take a safe pick with the Bloodline Pretender, but I think I'd rather take Frost and see if Snow Things are possible. Again, if they're not, there's nothing here we're missing. I'd been undervaluating the Burger Strider a good bit. It's still not second pickable. I do think it's a good card once you're in blue with Snow. Now, this is not my favorite Snow payoff. I think it's actively kind of okay. But I also think it's an excuse to get into a color I'd like to be in anyway. And again, the only thing here I think we would be missing from something else is perhaps a Crush the Weak, perhaps a Sculptor of Winter. But I'm going to see if green Snow Things are available. Well, well, well. The Vega bus is coming. Something, something, something. Let's talk here, little buddy. Let's talk. I could see a world where we're playing Bant splashing for these because we have so much Foretell stuff. I could also see a world where we kind of abandon it and play Jeskai something. Because, like, buying back a Mammoth Growth does not impress me. This pick 5 is not quite where I would expect to see Crush the Weak. I have had some success with Jeskai Defy Destiny. Let's see where this takes us. Oh man, it's taken us right between the two. Because there's a giant, which is quite good in blue-white at blocking and maybe buying you back one of your spells, and there's a troll that's quite good here. Like, we would have to high roll incredibly well for this troll to work with these other cards. But I suppose if you think about it, I could still make Crush the Weak work here and just play red-green. Apparently we're getting all of the Crush the Weaks we want. But I think I'm going to move in towards green Snow something and see where this takes me. Yeah, green Snow something. We'll figure the rest of it out later. Green red Snow something? Could be. I like card draw in my decks that are playing Glittering Frost. And this is decent card draw. You could also play the Yeti, that's fine. But let's talk green-red Snow Things. I think Burger Strider is the new, I don't know, Pack Wolf for some people, or Behold the Multiverse. Like, it's good. It's not as good as Behold the Multiverse. But it's like you'll see a struggle for Skimfar and think green is open, but it's not. Somebody took a Pack Wolf. All right, pass the cards. Trying to figure out what I'm doing here. There's still a possibility of Bant shenanigans. I kind of got to decide now, though, don't I? You could do green-white snow. Not a huge incentive to do that, but you do get cheap snow lands. Provoke the Trolls is like a fine card, but I think I want to keep this Bant dream alive. I'm going to have to high roll something like Packmates to get it. But that could be quite nice. And this would go in it. So maybe I'm sort of looking at that. I've actually sideboarded this in before. Not often, but it's happened. No one wants you, Herald. I guess we're probably just playing Mammoth Growth. Yeah, I wonder if we're just green, white, splash blue. That would be weird. Because you can usually get snow-covered plains pretty easily. Mainly because there's nothing in white that really cares about snow. Well, if I want to go for that, it's the Packmate. If we want to just take the most powerful card, it's probably Binding of the Old Gods. But I'm kind of interested in trying something a little different here. Walk with me for a minute. I think we might have something here. Because I think you need, like, I don't know, at least 4. I want this to go over there. I want you to go into this spot. There you go. Good boy. We're like green-white, splashing for some foretell value. That may or may not include Vega. I like Finn just fine. Come on in, buddy. And I could still get edged out of this, I suppose. Like, the idea is I'm going to get a bunch of snow-covered plains and use them to play crappy white creatures that get buffed off of the Boreal Outrider, perhaps? It should have just been green-black, eh? But if I think I could get the mana together, we could take Behold and play Behold, Nico, Iron Verdict, Mammoth Growth, and a Packmate as all things to get back on this Defying Destiny. Like, that seems interesting to me. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to pull the mana together. This can be part of it. I like it when imposters fall. So maybe we're just going to do bad mana. Could be a plan. Yeah, because we're not getting any more fixing here. This is incredibly difficult. Because there's almost not a card here that we want. Like, looking back, if we could go back in time and just pick green-black cards, I think we'd probably have a reasonable deck. But I didn't see a lot of indication that that's what we should be doing. I don't have enough snowlands. I think we're looking at this Hawk, and maybe white is the splash, but we're splashing for 4 cards, which is bloody terrifying. I have to take the Snow Duel here. Because if we're playing the Hawk, I'm going to have it. I really think the forest will be more valuable for us, but this is what we have the option to take. That's a late adjacent struggle for Skimfar and does give us some interaction and is yet something else we could get back via Defying Destiny. Currently, I don't think we could play the Sanctum exploding things. My fixing's barely... To be fair, my fixing is not currently good enough to play all of the cards that I want to play. Oh, that's tough. Because I really want a snow-covered plains. And I also want this Mirror Lake. And I kind of also want a random big thing. I'm greedy. Don't judge me. So right now I don't have anything to get back with this giant. I'm not realistically able to cast it for less than 5. I don't think I can end up playing this giant. I certainly don't think I can cast the Frost Augur either. But if I just need something in that slot, I guess this is the pick. Or if we get another struggle. Yeah, that ain't where I want to end up. But here's a move in the right direction. If we're base green, I could sort of lean on green to get me the other colors. Please don't make me play this. Because green can now sort of fix for both colors in 2 spots. So if I have green, we can sort of be like, maybe we can get the others. The value's certainly here. It's just a matter of whether we can resolve everything. Man. Sorry, Harold. I should have been in black-green. I'm sorry, buddy. I let you down. It's like, hail to the king, baby. I like Snakeskin Veil, too. Probably end up playing it. Yep, green-black would have been real good. I would love another Behold, and here we are taking this floodplain. Because what this deck needs is like 3 more snow lands, 1 more snow payoff, and something to cast on 6. So I've got to pick the things we need, not the things I want. That is what's known as discipline. But it's also incredibly frustrating. One of these days I'm going to open Tegrid and just build a Tegrid discard deck. I'm going to play Tegrid and all Skull Raids. Hey, the fixing just got a little better, didn't it? Not snow-wise. But now if we get to 6 mana, we won't have anything stuck in our hand. So that's nice. We can also use it to fetch out a Vandal. Just close my eyes and start clicking. You may be onto something there, Full Auto. We have done chair drafts in the past where I just let it auto pick. I think we're 4-2 on chair drafts. I got a 1-2 and a 3-0. Hell, hello there. This is exactly the droid we were looking for. And we're very happy to put it in this deck. This now fixes me for all of my colors except for white. We can find a way to fix for white. This pack has absolutely nothing that I want in it, and it disappoints me greatly. I don't think there's a world where I'm splashing Herald, but I'm still going to take the Snow-Covered Swamp because I think it's the most likely card for me to play. We can play a Bounding Gold, though. That's actively nice. So we're kind of just green, white, blue. We're playing all of these colors, and we're leaning heavily on green to fix for the other 2. There's not a huge payoff for being in snow, and I don't have something giant to cast. So I feel like we're kind of a bad green-white aggro deck splashing for some weird stuff. If you think about it, I've already got 1, 2, 3 black sources in the deck, so there's not much reason not to cast Herald. We're playing 2 elves and 5 warriors, so he could actually find stuff. The cost is literally just putting 1 Snow-Covered Swamp in the deck. I think I like the Raven here to try to lean more on that Defying Destiny. I had an opportunity to pick up a Scald in pack 1 and I didn't. I'd normally be more interested in the Sculptor, but we don't have the ability to really do much with it. That Changeling would be real nice, but I think I need the Snow Forest. Can't believe I'm splashing Axe Braggart and Herald. And yet, here I am. So how good is a Rootless U if it's not getting anything? I don't think it's particularly good. I think here I want the other fixing piece, and now I'm probably... Let's play Herald. Could we play Ascent of the Worthy? Would we want to? This is like super slow reanimation. But do I have something that's good enough that we think we can actually kill people with it? I kind of don't, but I might bring it in. I guess I could look at playing a Gold Maul champion. That might actually make the main. And it's a warrior, so it's got that going for us. I don't know that we main this. But if I need to bring in Crush the Weak, now we can. What a stupid deck. And Yeti is my finisher? Or Elderleaf Mentor is just something to grab with Herald? Because our curve stops at 4. Like, this is an incredibly low curve deck. I think I might want the Yeti to just punch through and kill people. This is not what I thought we were going to end up drafting, boys and girls. If you don't know what you're playing and doing, then neither will your opponent. Easy wins. That is currently my strategy. All right, here we go. Let's do it. Kind of play that guy too. What the heck am I actually doing? I don't know if I legitimately need Herald in the Black Splash. Right? The Sanctum would be nice for what? I'm probably going to need Mammoth Growth to finish a game. I'm wondering if I can go 16 lands. I think I probably can. Oh, you meant the Tyrite Sanctum. Sure, whatever. So this would be us running 17 lands. What if I don't? What if I just run one less? How bad is this mana? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If I can swap one thing for a forest, we can probably pull it off. And I think it could be a blue source for another forest. This is definitively not what I thought we were going to be playing today, but here we are. Taplands, Weenies, 3-color aggro. Okay, let's see what we got here. I don't think so, because I'm pretty sure even at 16 lands, this deck is going to flood out some. And I still feel like we're looking for specific things to be able to win. So having extra draws towards that, I think is going to be beneficial for us. We'll see. Yes, we're using the Intimidation Sleeve because I believe that we will need it. Art is so good. Don't have a choice at that point. They got too much crap in play. Who thought it was okay to print Sarl's Packmate? You got him, he's dead. I don't need a 2/3 that I can't do anything with right now. This creature has to be relevant. We could untap for Veil, but I need that dead. I need this board clear. If I can get this board clear, we can start playing Magic. But I'm about to have a 5/5 attacking them. I think that's probably where we want to be. Like, deal with this. If I don't do that, I take 3, they draw their land, they keep their creature, they have a Death Toucher coming up. It's not going to end well for us. Now we can start hitting them for 5 and then 6 and kind of dare them to play anything. Just trying to maximize our saga there. Like, they kind of can't play anything this turn either. I mean, they can, but it's got to be really good. That poses a bit of a problem. us whiffing on these lands is also posing a bit of a problem. But this is not what they're going to kill me with. So good news there at least. Hey, what's up, Night Gamer? Life is good. Surprise, Air Force. Beginning to see it. Because it's starting to work. We have a little bit of an aggro early game and then close things out. I still can't believe we don't have any islands here. Okay, you got me. Why wouldn't you draw 2 cards off of your pack, mate, when you can? Doesn't that seem better? They had all these sagas and all this cool stuff. Just getting outvalued. That's more sagas and more cool stuff. We got something dead by now, right? Yeah. I just need a bigger flyer. And they should be dead next turn, right? That's 7 in the air if we tap with the champion. That's a really stupid deck. We never drew any islands. And it didn't particularly matter. Alright, looks like our Stream Raiders battle is ready. Let's do that. Alright, I suspect we're going to need all the help we can get to beat the Queen. So I'm going to put it here. We will take a gambit on the Queen. Okay, queen smushed. You did some damage, but who cares? All right, looks like the rooks are down too. Easy peasy. Where's Paldo with the kills? Thangarth with the assists. Rewards for Thunderdan, Mishra, Thangarth, and Primer. Huzzah. All right, so we want to go for this blue chest ideally. So let's start up top. And this is the one for rogues, I believe. Yeah, because we got to get the magic cards. So I'll make sure we get that one. Do we want to sideboard anything here? If I had another Vandal, which I could have, I'd have brought it in. I don't feel like Broken Wings is doing enough if they're playing multiple Scalds to recur these things. That's a cool deck. It's one that I've wanted to get into a couple times. We could look at maybe taking things out that are weak to their Pyroclasm land. But that may not even be good enough. I'm a little scared of my opponent. How good would Crush the Weak be against them? Doesn't look like great. We'll consider that for game 3. They had a few things that it looked like it hit, but not a lot. I'm enjoying it more than I thought I would, interestingly. After all, why shouldn't I keep it? We could generate a lot of value if we play this Boreal Outrider and they don't kill it, but given that they probably can, I think I'd rather just get the bears going. And then we'll sort the rest of it out later. I don't see any reason to have tap lands in my hand right now. I can play this dude, make him kill it, basically. Or I can just play Fall of the Imposter and pump the Spirit and be pretty happy with that too. Like if they 2-for-1 themselves to kill that, I'm kind of okay with it. I can't really get 2 things out this turn. I suppose I could get the Boreal Outrider out with the Fall of the Imposter token on it. That doesn't seem that bad. Right? Because I could do this. I can't get the extra. Yeah, I could get the extra green. We could do that. Why did I think that gave me more mana than it did? Meh, doesn't matter. I should have played a tap land, though. I'm having a hard time doing math today. I think it was because of the lack of coffee. Good news is there's too many things that they'll want to kill for them to kill them all. Toski's not as bad as I thought it would be. Doesn't take a lot of work to have him connect. And getting to block the first turn is pretty nice. It really changes how your opponents play the game, too. They have to have a Trickster Gods Heist in that deck, right? Yes, kill it after I've gotten my counter. Okay. That's pretty good, too. But, I mean, we got a plan here. Narf, narf. I hope they don't take my Changeling. That would be pretty bold. But it would get the job done. They got the Outrider and the Snow Dude. Okay. I don't really need it on this anymore. That's close. That's enough to kill them. I don't see any reason to leave Aegir in play. Do you? I don't. Oh. Can't do it in the same turn. I'm bad. Don't judge me. We talked about the coffee. I think we talked about the coffee extensively. This is working far better than I expected it to. Unblockable is a hell of a keyword, eh? It's the sleeves. It might be. It might be the sleeves. Might also be that Spirit of Elder Guard's really good. I think if they'd activated that first, they could have killed the Yeti this turn. But they didn't, so they can't. All right, quick potty break. We'll do the next round. I'll be right back. Sorry about all the potty breaks. I've been drinking a ton of water today, which is good for you, but it does make you have to go pee-pee a lot. Thank you, John. Ain't no potty like a sim potty, because a sim potty don't stop. But basically, today, that has been our experience. All right, we got us a win. That's a start. Can't get 2 wins without 1 win. Let's talk. My bet may be to play this rather than try to get him with a defensive combat trick. I really don't want to try to play a defensive combat trick here. Well, what if I played this, exiled it, and then held it up? That kind of makes some sense. That kind of makes sense. I could do both, but this sort of works, right? And we kind of know they don't have anything if they're not attacking with Aegir. Land math is tough, man. I always have trouble with that. Frost Peak Yeti getting her done. This is another 5-color shenanigans matchup. It feels like Crush the Weak is not going to be great here. I don't need Herald. I need to basically line things up like we have been. Dave, you're pretty bad today, man. I approve. As the Yeti peaked, cold take has been called. So I guess the thing I didn't quite appreciate about green is not only does it let you play 5-color, it lets you play just 3-color nonsense straight up. I never thought I'd be basically splashing an Axe Braggart, but I was pretty happy to have it there. This hand's a little worse, but we'll see what we can do with it. It got better. Green would have been a really good draw there. But I think I'm going to struggle. Build our own Borderland Minotaur. If that's what we got to do, that's what we got to do. This is awkward. Missing that double green's hurting us a wee bit. Like, I really just wanted to use this guy to get lands, but I haven't had the ability, the capacity to do that yet. I wonder if that's the best thing they're going to have for me to bind in gold. I think I'm willing to take a hit to find out. Because the troll mostly answers that. Michael still streams. The troll no longer still answers that. It's awkward, but if they attack, they end up trading it for this. And I don't take any damage. What happens if I attack and they don't block? I could pump it 1, 2 times. It's just 6 damage. It's not enough. This could get awkward. I was not prepared for a Cinderheart Giant. I may just have to get the Vega bus going. Or attack in and see if they want to block with the thing here. Whoa, hang on now. Gods? Yeah, I have to attack. It sucks. What's up, Adam? Sometimes you play Hearthstone. But if they get that giant back, I'm going to have a really hard time with it, huh? I don't want them to get the giant back. I don't know that I can stop them from getting the giant back. Yeah, I'm going to need to get more value off of Vega than just playing it out here. I am too, Adam. It's a good one. The attack here is interesting to me. I think I'm supposed to attack with both. Vandal doesn't do much, so what are they going to do? Hit me for 6? If I can draw another Snowland, they have to block this the following turn. So Snowland would be a really good draw. They may have to block it anyway. That's a bold move, Cotton. There you go. This does leave them lethal on board, so if I don't top deck a Snowland, I do have to consider blocking this. Yeah, but I could always chump block on the way back. I think they still have to block here. I don't really want to chump block with Vega. But if I have to, I have to. No treasure for you. Why not what equipment? They don't have any equipment. Now that's a top deck. We're not in danger. We're dead. I don't think I have anything we can do about this. Yeah, the Raven isn't doing crap here. Alright, their deck is better than mine. Good grief. Cosmina and? I can't beat Cosmina. I'm gonna need Broken Wings. They've got Flyers. They've got Cosmina. Good grief. I have no idea how to try to interact with this. I mean, the answer is it may be incredibly difficult for me to interact with this. I guess the upside is they really don't have much removal, so if I can get going early, I may be able to stop them. That's really what I've got going for me, is they don't have removal, and that's kind of it. I haven't felt like I needed the Glittering Frost that much. You ever played it on turn 2? If you play Omen Kill on turn 2 on the play, you will probably get a land from it. If you don't, it means your opponent is chump blocking, which you're pretty happy about. Then how did you not get a land? Didn't flip one? I mean, you still connect. It's a 3/3 for 2. It's good. That's what I'm scared of, is going on the play and considering taking out a land. I don't think that works for me. I'm going to have to cut one of the combat tricks, and I think Mammoth Growth is probably the worst. I've gotten lucky with it on the play before. It can be quite powerful. Sorry, Stream Raiders. We will get your stream raiding done. Okay. I can work with this. I'd prefer to have a green source, but there's more green in the deck than blue or white. And I've got like turn 3, 3/3 flyer. Not even hurt that bad if we've got a tap land to play. We can get in a serious chonky hit with this thing. I kind of hate trading it for the Mistwalker, but I think it's probably the right call. Because I'm going to have to grind through the darn thing at some point. Because I think our path to victory is probably in the air. Thank you, sweetheart. I love you. Sim wife went to the grocery store and got me a soda, and I haven't had one all day, and I'm very excited. Y'all spam some cats for Sim wife. What have I got to get back? Currently not bloody much. Simrife is the real MVP, can confirm. Kind of need him to use a combat trick on this. Well, that's good news that that's exiled at least. Oh, heck yeah. A delightful, refreshing Canada Dry. How much is this to sacrifice? Way too much for me to realistically do it. Canada Dry sponsorship win? Not soon enough. Dang it, I needed it dead, not bound. That might still be okay adjacent. I don't want to have to Iron Verdict my own Raven. I may have to Iron Verdict my own Raven. This may actually be the only way to clear this. I'll give it one more turn and see if we draw the dude that does the thing, but they're going to start to get ahead if I don't catch them here in a minute. No, thank you. The Vandal's better. It was. And I can just get back Behold. That seems fine to me. I don't think the Narfi's going to kill me before I can get something going here. Kind of just want to Verdict it anyway, just to make them waste the mana on it. And it gives me a choice of which I'd like to get back. Like, what else are they going to have tapped? We can get ahead if we defy destiny. Would I rather draw 2 random cards or a 3/3 flyer? I think I'd rather draw a 3/3 flyer. Whew. This is a tough match. That ain't gonna help him. We snuck it through right there. That was a difficult one. Hey, I'm pretty happy this is our YouTube draft. Because there has been, this was an unusual deck, and there's been some exciting gameplay decisions. Risk of flooding out there was pretty high. Let's do our Stream Raiders battle, and we will jump into the last moment. I'm going to go thank Simwife profusely and be right back with you. Thank you for your patience. You know how this morning I was grumpy and had a headache? After half a cup of coffee and Simwife bringing me a ginger ale, I feel great. I feel great. Shadis with the kills, Ans with the assists. Rewards for Shadis, Miklas, Wizard, and Thrifty plays. Rewards for me. And we have our artillery scrolls. I need to know what these do. So we're going to find out. What are your thoughts on the Yeti? Seen more than a few opinions that it's under on expectations. I would agree with that. If you're spending 5 mana to make your 3/3, like, you're spending You're overpaying on it, but if you have a deck that needs something to close out a game, the Yeti's not terrible. I'm using the artillery. I don't care if it's correct here. I want to see what it does. So y'all gonna have to protect my artillery because I'm curious. In this deck, like what we're doing with it here, our curve literally stops at 4 and we're playing 16 lands. That's good, Orcish. Like, this deck doesn't have anything to do with its mana. Ideally, I wanted to have something like a Ravenous Lindworm and some big stuff to play, but I don't. That means I need something like the Yeti to be able to finish the game out. Like, this deck is trying to generate some value off of the blue cards and get them dead with the green and white cards. So having mana sinks like Goldmaw Champion and Frostpeak Yeti, I think make a lot of sense in this deck. I think in your average deck, where you're playing something like Lindworms and maybe a 7-drop, you don't have enough mana for that, which means the Yeti's just going to come down and trade with a 3-drop from your opponent and you're going to be sad. So I do think it's under expectations, but I think you should have your eyes open for all of the cards when a deck comes together that wants a specific card. So I like, we've won multiple games off of the Yeti today. I think that's ridiculous. You should not expect that to happen very often. But this deck wanted the Yeti. Hopefully that makes some sense, Guy. Okay. They're being aggressive. I do not want a 2/3 currently. I probably am interested in an Iron Verdict, but I think this turn is going to be blocking and Snakeskin Veiling, which is very unexciting. Predominantly because it means that I think I have to discard the hand size here. Like, this super sucks. Oh, I don't, at least, so we've got that going for us, but my god, is that not a wonderful hand. I guess best case scenario is they try to kill my Vega. Because I think I have to defensive combat trick them. We can get a bit of a read for the combat trick based on what they attack with here. I don't think they actually have anything if they're doing that. I think if you had any reasonable combat trick, you'd attack with those as well. That's a nice crown you got. It's a shame no one's ever going to get to wear it. Man. Do I need this Fall of the Imposter going bad enough to skip out on the value? Because I might. What happens if I attack with this? I bet they take it. If they trade it for that bird, I'm actually happy. I can't get the land this turn, but... The crown is already gold. It does look gold, doesn't it? Alright, I've taken enough damage off of you. Must mean they have something. I'm not going to get out of it by not blocking. That's unfortunate. I forget Warhorn Blast exists. You're going to have to do some heavy lifting, Pop. That ain't going to do it. Alright, so we got a skies problem. A lot of the stuff we have on the ground that's looking to block is not going to be good. I think this is the matchup where we bring in Crush the Weak. So I think I want Crush the Weak, which is going to necessitate an Alpine Meadow over a Plains, which is fine. That gives us enough sources to cast it. I also think I want Broken Wangs. Now, what is here to be defensive on the ground? I don't think Mammoth Growth is something I'm looking for here. And I don't think I'm going to beat them with a Gold Maw champion. So I think this is actually where I want to be. We've got the Meadow, the Bear, the Glittering Frost to find us the mana to cast Crush the Weak. And I think as that game evidenced, it will probably be good throughout the game. It looks like it kills very nearly everything they have in their deck. What? That is unacceptable. I added 4 random cards into my deck. What were they? Roots of Wisdom. Guardian. Guardian's actually not crazy now that I think about it. It also added a land in. I don't know what land it added. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's crazy to me. It did add a red land. I might want to consider the Glade Walker, though, now that they've brought my attention to it. It's just something I can do earlier. Yeah, this is the spot where I don't actually need the Yeti to finish the game. Thank you, Thangarth. That could have been Danger Ops. Alright, this'll do. I can't really afford to activate Home Slice this turn, which is awkward because I'm going to play this as a 0-4 that isn't blocking anything. Does that mean that I actually do? Yeah, if the 0-4 doesn't do anything, that means I do activate this and I get the Snow Island. I'm sorry it was not satisfying with it. But good games, my friend. If I wings the pick here, their attacks are a lot, or their blocks are a lot worse. It just wings that. Leave myself 2 blockers for this. I'm pretty okay with that. Oh, lordy. That's scurry. Looks like we racing now, boys. They could have dealt a lot more damage to me there than they did, which is even more terrifying. I got the wrong land there too. That sucks. Because I have to attack, I may as well draw another land. We can at least get the right one this time. But like, I kind of have to kill him next turn, and I'm not convinced I can do that. I guess Vega could jump in front of something. Ugh. Crush the Weak ain't gonna work. They're gonna have this augmented. There's no way they don't put that on the Batter Shield Warrior. But I've got to draw a removal spell for that or we're just dead. Because now I can't race it. I can't, like, I could in theory chump it. But I need, like, Struggle for Skimfar or something now. Or for them to move that rune over the Cleric. That's funny. It's very funny to me. So if I chump this with Vega, they could still hit me for a good bit. I wouldn't call that ideal. So we're going to have to play Vega. What does that leave me to play with? Not bloody much. I don't think the 3 damage here matters. Pulling another land out might. Because I'm going to need them to make a mistake and move that equipment over at some point. Which I kind of don't think they're going to do. But that damage is completely irrelevant. I suppose the good news is if I can clear their board and get in with Finn one more time, they're dead. So maybe a poison win is my most likely way to succeed, but I'm kind of suspecting like Bounding Gold on Vega kill you. Why wouldn't I block like this? Because they have Trumpet Blast? Yeah, they have Trumpet Blast. So they just boast this dude. If they have the Trumpet Blast, this gives me another draw. If they're just going to boast that guy, I could play around it. But we saw the Warhorn Blast last time. They could easily have both. And this is the only block that... Well, we know they have this one. This is the only block that gives me any hope. I think I'm still just dead, but if I draw a removal spell for the Cleric, we can kill him with Finn. That's not a removal spell for the Cleric. They do have to trade it, which is something. I suppose if they're going to trade the Cleric for Finn... what if that is, what if that's Iron Verdict instead? That's incredibly bad for me. I think this is all I got, though. I played around the wrong trick. I mean, we got nothing, but we do get to live to see another day, perhaps. I was convinced that was Warhorn Blast. No, it's a Glorious Protector, huh? That's just lethal. Okay. I didn't know to play around that. The good news is if I'd made the other block, they could still flash the Protector in, exile something, trade for Finn, and get me. Like, and I did make some mistakes with sequencing the lands earlier, but I don't think they end up mattering once they have the Rune of Sustenance on there. So they got us. But I'm okay with it. When drafting that, I wasn't sure if we were drafting an amazing deck or a terrible deck. And I think we've learned something about what you can do with green. It's not just like green X or green everything. It can be green 3 colors. Split them up. I'm cool with that. All right, YouTubers, thank you all for tuning in. Do consider stopping by the stream sometime. You can catch us at www.twitch.tv/Semulin. You can watch the drafting live in all of its glory or lack thereof. Chat, say goodbye to YouTube, and we'll buckle in and get one more in here before we call it a day. Bye, YouTube.